Hey there, chicken pies. How we doing? How we feeling? Happy Valentine's Day. So this is the day. This is the day that everyone talks about, everyone plans for, everyone get excited about, because this is the day of love. And this is also a day that can be a very sad day for many, many people. So that is why I decided that I was going to take this opportunity to do this video and to just kind of talk to you all about my feelings on Valentine's Day, my feelings on the whole one must need love, and you know, just that whole situation. So I know many people this day will be very, very sad. There will be various reasons why you're sad. You may have lost a loved one, and this day is a day that you and he or she celebrated out of love, and you're feeling very lonely and you're thinking, you know, I can't be happy on this day. Or you could be a person that has just recently had a breakup in your life and you're missing that significant other, and you're thinking that, you know, I can't bear this day. And or you could be a person that haven't had a significant other in your life and you're wishing and you're longing for a significant other. Or you could be a person that is I have tons of stuff going on below me. I did some videos today, so I got to put all my stuff away. But or you could be a person that is longing for a significant other, and you're wanting that special someone to come into your life, and you're feeling pretty alone right now. Or you could be the person that has someone in their life, but they're not that someone, and you are feeling very lonely, and you're feeling like, you know, I want what I want. I want someone to love me. Or you could be a person that's just totally in love, and you're having all this happiness, and this day is just an extension of your love. It's just, you know, the greatest day ever. So there's so many different things that could happen on this day, so many different emotions that could be going through people's head on this day. So I'm one of those people that, you know, I guess I could say I guess I could call it, for lack of better words, mixed emotions. Like, well, I don't mind celebrating Valentine's Day, and I think it's a beautiful day that is set for the showing of love, or the receiving of love, or the gifting of love. But at the same time, I do feel like that it has become so commercialized, and so many people are celebrating it in such a way of pointing out to someone of what you have and what others don't have, or I can do better than the other person, or I got this, or it's a moment of boasting instead of a moment of true love and appreciation, which causes so many different mixed feelings. Now, myself personally, I celebrate Valentine's Day. Yes, I do. I don't go all, I've never had a real extravagant Valentine's Day. You know, I've never had anyone pick me up in a limo and haul me off to some fancy place and, you know, any of that. But I do celebrate it. My Valentine's Days are usually very basic. I don't have a whole lot going on. Like I said, they're, you know, they're basic. But one of the things that I try to do every year at Valentine's Day is I remind myself of my love for myself. I look in the mirror and I allow myself to love me. I allow myself the opportunity to give to myself love. And sometimes I might buy myself a little something, and I might say, this is giving to me, from me, out of the love that I have for myself, out of the love I have for my mind, out of the love I have for my body, out of the love that I have for my life that I'm living. So it is to represent my love for myself. That way I know that without a doubt I'm gonna have something that's gonna make me happy, because I'm gifting it to myself. I don't allow, I've always worked in a workplace where there's a lot of things happening on Valentine's Day. You know, people are getting gifted some pretty extravagant things, and now I'm in a smaller office, so I don't know what this is going to be like, but there is another female in the office, and then there's the males in the office that, you know, they like to brag on the day-to-day gifts. So I can only imagine what Valentine's Day is going to endure. But I know that I'm going to be hearing a lot of things this year, just like I do every year. But when I hear them, I take them all with a grain of salt, because I know that some people for this day will go all out, and the other 364 days of the year, they treat their wife or their husbands like poop. Literally. So I take it all with a grain of salt. I don't let it get me all boggled up inside. I don't let it, you know, I don't let it hurt me when I see that someone's getting all of these fancy things or having all these fancy things done to them. What I think about is how I want to be treated 365 days out of the year, not just one. And so my encouragement to you all is no matter what way you choose to celebrate this day, it is the fullness of the entire year that makes a big difference. It's how you're being treated the rest of the time, not just this one day. This one day is one day of your life. And if someone is only being kind to you this one day, then you might need to rethink things. Or if you're feeling sad because you're watching everyone else get things on this one day, look at their lives tomorrow or the day after or the day after or the day after, because that's where it counts. This one day absolutely means nothing if the rest of the time is spent not so happy, or you know, dealing with a bad relationship, or dealing with someone you don't want to be with, or someone that treats you bad. So when I tell you, take it all with a grain of salt. I don't know what your situation is, but for some reason it was heavy on my heart that I needed to come on and do a video representing Valentine's Day, just talking about it a little bit, not getting into any heavy details, just saying that, you know, love is an important thing, and we all need it, we all strive for it, we all deserve it, we all want it, we all lust after it. That is true. But it should never be something that overpowers you and takes over your life to where you are out of control and you don't have, like, you're walking around with it like a bag and chain, with whether you're longing for it or whether you're angry at people that have it. It should not be that way, because it will come to you. It will come to you when you least expect it. You know, I recently did a video talking to the young, the old, talking to everyone, you know, no matter what age group you were in, the middle age, the older age, the younger age, it didn't matter. That, you know, God has love for each and every one. He loved us so much that he gave us life. He gave us a heart to have emotions on the inside. So you think he gave that to us without giving us the opportunity to have love? He just wants us to know that we have to go after, we have to be willing to work for it. We have to be willing to reach out and do the things that's needed to accomplish it. That he's not going to just bring it to you and set it on your doorstep, but it is there for you. So don't be saddened thinking that, you know, on this day, because this is the day that so many people talk about love and think that, why don't I have my love? Then you can say, you know, hey God, is it my turn? You know, and it's okay, because he wants you to be real with him. He wants you to tell him how you really feel, because he already know. He just needs you to verbalize it. So, you know, just saying up to God, you know, hey God, look, it's Valentine's Day. I want this, you know, where is my time? It's okay to say that, but you follow that up by saying to God, because I'm doing this, and I'm going to go out this day with my heart in the right place. I'm not going to go out this day thinking negative about people that are out celebrating, or feeling, you know, that the girl that got the flowers at the desk next to me, you know, how dare her, you know, her husband really don't love her anyway, he just doing that, you know, having those feelings. Because it could be true, he might not, he might just be celebrating it that one day and treating her like poop the rest of the year. But it's not for you to be that determining factor of that. It's how those two people choose to deal with that. But if you're walking into it with this negative attitude, and you're like, you know, then God's not going to give you your blessing. So what you say is, God, I want this, you know, next Valentine's Day, God, I claim my happiness, I claim my love, I claim the love of my life being in my life. I'm doing everything I can to be ready for that love. I'm going after that love. I'm speaking to people. I'm getting to know people. I'm putting myself in places where I know that I will be able to meet my significant other. I just ask you, God, to grant me that prayer. And so, you know, I know that these things, that they are coming, and they're happening for each and every one of us. Everybody. God has love for all of us. Just like he has love for all of us, he has a love in our lives for us, all planned out. And sometimes, you know, it comes when you're least expected. It comes and you've been saying, Lord, I've been waiting on this man or this woman forever. When are you going to send them to me, you know? And this day is that day that just makes everything so escalated. You're just like, oh my God, the commercials. I mean, like, since January, every commercial, you know, diamond rings, diamond earrings, people having fancy dinners and limo rides and all of this stuff. All of these things are things that just make you go crazy inside. Just remember, this is only for a day. What you're looking for is the love of your life that will be in your life for the rest of your life. So don't be saddened. Don't feel like that, you know, I have to have this love this day, God, because everyone else is having it. What you want is that love forever after. So when you see the people getting gifts, and you see people, bragging on what they have, and not necessarily bragging. Some people are just excited because they got like that one thing that they really, really wanted. Just accept it with open arms, smile back at them, be happy for them. And honestly, I'm gonna say a little something for the people that do get this extravagant gifts and they are able to they're getting these huge Valentine's gifts. Be cognizant of how you approach people with your gifts, knowing that everyone is not going to be in your same shoes. Have a little respect for them. Know that when you're sharing, that you share with caution. Make sure that you acknowledge the fact that I'm blessed to have this, or I'm very thankful to have this, or your word of phrase. But just don't throw it out there, because you may be throwing it out there to a person that's suffering on the inside, and they may need something. I thought I heard something. Suffering on the inside, and they may need, they may not can handle your overexcitement. So I don't know if that made any sense to y'all. I felt like I got a little kind of like ha when I was talking about that, because I try to make sure I'm saying things that I don't offend people. So I'm trying to be very careful in how I say things. And sometimes y'all know I get real. And when I get real, I get to going and I can't stop myself. And I'm trying to keep this video as short as I possibly can, because I don't want to take up too much of your time on this day, because I want you to go out and celebrate. I want you to celebrate however you feel. If you have someone to celebrate, celebrate. If you have your girlfriends to celebrate with it, celebrate the act of love on this day. Not necessarily the love for a significant other, a boyfriend or girlfriend or wife or a husband, but celebrate the love of life, the love of God, the love, because we all have a lover in our lives. We have God. He's our lover. He protects us. He takes care of us. He is our man in our lives, So be careful of, so go out and celebrate. Be happy on this day. And if you need to have that moment where you just sit on the couch for a few minutes and pour those tears out and let those emotions be real for a moment, you can do that too, because I do. I actually watched a movie Friday night. You guys, I did a vlog on it. The movie was Girl of My Life, or My Girlfriend, something Girlfriend. I don't remember what it is. I have to look it up. Y'all, I had a moment in that movie where I was literally sitting in a theater. Tears were falling down my face, because I can look at a movie like that. I am a little bit emotional right now, will admit, because what's going on in my life. But I looked at that movie and I had a real moment, because there were some things happening in that movie that I longed for every day of my life. And so I had that moment of truth, that moment of realness. And so that was kind of like, that whole Valentine's type of a thing, where you're all around you is love. And sometimes when you feel like you're the only person sitting in a room and there's no love for you, and I totally understand that emotion. So it's okay to have that moment of sadness, but also once you have that moment of sadness, have a comeback and say, no longer will I let this take over me. I've had my moment of sadness, and now I'm moving on. I'm gonna move on, and I'm gonna celebrate this day. I'm gonna treat this day like it's a good day, because I woke up and I have breath in my body. My heart's beating, I'm alive. It is a good day. So on that note, I'm gonna leave you. I'm gonna tell you happy Valentine's Day again. Enjoy it however you see fit. Just remember that I love you, and most importantly, you love you. Remember that day, like getting the roses, and I was just like, I was really feeling like, did I get these roses because you care? Because, maybe like the night before or a couple days before, you didn't really seem like you really cared like that. So, so I was questioning the roses, and then I thought, well, I'm supposed to be happy because, all I wanted was to get roses on Valentine's Day. And then I was like, okay, well, need to take it up a notch. Okay, so now I want to experience getting roses by someone who loves me and someone that I love back. And I'm excited about getting the roses. I'm excited about celebrating the night. The evening when I get home, whether it's going out to dinner or, whatever. And when I had that experience, I was like, okay, this is awesome, but I get this every day of the year. So like, why do we have to, just have this one day and make everybody go crazy? So like I said, I've gone through several ways of celebrating this holiday, or feelings throughout the celebration of this holiday, I guess is the best way to say it. And there is no right or wrong. I'm not here to say that if you get roses, then that's a bad thing, or if you don't get roses, that's a bad thing or a good thing. Or I'm not here to make that call. I'm just here to chat about the emotions that go along with people receiving, people watching others receive, and how it can all be translated into so many different things, and how it's very important that we take the time out to think about others when we are in the midst of doing our own, you know, our own celebrating, if you will. I know that it's very hard sometimes to come back to work the day after, because everyone in the office the day after is going to be talking about the day before, like, you know, what my husband did to me, or what I did for my wife, or, you know, these $1,000 earrings I got, or, you know, the 24 roses that I got, or this fancy place I went out to dinner, or, you know, and you may be that person sitting at your desk that went home last night and literally ate a pound of bonbons and, you know, drank 3 or 4 sodas and sat on the couch and cried. Or you may have been the person that went out with your girlfriends and had a great time and pointed out to every couple that was in the crowd of things, and it was like, they're not really in love, they're pretending, yep, they're having an affair. You know, like, you know, we are, you know, there are girls out there that do that. And, you know, and honestly, you know, however you celebrate it, it's okay. Like, I mean, you know, you know, I'm not here to tell you how you should celebrate it or how you should feel about celebrating it, but I just want to address the emotions that go around it, more or less. And I have been that person, and even like this year, I think I'm somewhere in the middle area of the whole, like, you know, being on the up end or the lower end, or, you know, I have very mixed feelings. Like, I'm not one, like, the conclusion that I drew from all the Valentine's Day of having the different various forms of Valentine's Day was that I make myself happy. I love myself on Valentine's Day, and the rest, I just, you know, I'm like, whatever. So that's how I celebrate it. I love myself, and you know, I may treat myself to something on Valentine's Day and say, you know, I heart you, Sheila. You know, that's just me. Like, so that's my conclusion. That's how I deal with it now. But I do know that the day after, I will hear everyone talking, and I will have a moment, because I'm human, of saying, you know, dang, you know, she got a lot or whatever. And, you know, I'm human, so I know I'm gonna have that. I'm gonna hear someone, because, you know, or you'll get that, so what did you get for Valentine's Day? And when you go, oh, we just kind of had dinner, or you know, we didn't really do anything, or they look at you like, oh my. So I mean, I prepare for that every year, because I know that that's generally how people respond to someone when they don't have the bigger event. Like, you know, like if they say, I got my husband or my boyfriend proposed to me, or my husband gave me a, you know, 10-carat ring versus the 8-carat that I already had, or, you know, and you're sitting there saying, well, you know, I either went out to dinner, or, you know, or we did nothing really, we just kind of chilled for the evening. They look at you like, oh, poor you. So I know that, you know, I know it's gonna come. I know. So you know, I brace myself every year, because I am never going. I'm not the one that go, I got, you know, a diamond ring, or I got this, or, you know, I've not been on that. I've not been that far on that side. I've been on the side of having a significant other on Valentine's Day, but not that far to where, you know, someone proposed to me on Valentine's Day, or, you know, I was gifted, you know, some huge something or another. I've not ever been in that category, but I've been in the category of getting roses, or getting a, you know, going out to a very nice dinner. And sometimes that's just not enough for other people. So it's a big competition thing, and it can really sadden people. I know this probably sounds like I'm kind of like all over the place, because y'all know I generally am all over the place. And so, because I'm able to bottle up my sadness, I'm able to, I use the term, I like to reconstruct my sadness, and I turn it into joy, I turn it into happiness. It took me a while to get to this point. It didn't happen overnight. I have suffered a lot, and I've cried a lot of tears in that process of trying to, you know, learn to deal with life as it happens, and accept the type of life that I have, that my life is not going to be like that person's over there, or it's not going to be what I see on TV. I'm not, you know, the chances of me having a romance in that nature, to, like, you know, when you look at Hallmark Channel and everyone's in love and they have these beautiful stories, and, you know, there are true people that have those lives, and I really get upset when people say that that's all fake. I'm here to tell you that it's not. It might be fake to someone who's never had it, but I do know that those things are things that happen to people. They're just not things that happen to everyone every single time. So I've accepted the life that I've been gifted, and I know that, you know, the romance novel-ish type of a lifestyle is something that I probably will never have. I won't say never, but I probably will never have. So in that, I reconstruct my emotions, and I reconstruct my sadness, and I know how to turn it into joy. I know how to find my own joy, and I take pride in that. So, you know, when I tell you that I'm probably going to go out and buy myself a Valentine's gift, I will. I'll go out and I'll buy myself a little something. It don't have to be, I mean, it's not about the value of it. It's about the gift of saying I love myself. And so I'm gonna do that, and more than likely I'm gonna gift myself something of love, because I do love myself, and you know, and enjoy every moment of it. And when someone asks me, you know, hey, you know, what did you do for Valentine's Day, and they're expecting to hear like this, you know, oh my God, you know, I was showered with roses, and you know, the limo picked me up, and blah blah blah, I'm gonna say I had a nice evening, I enjoyed life, and I'm okay with that. And I know though that there are others out there, that someone's just going to be watching this video right now, and they're going to be thinking, I'm going to be the person that's going to be on the couch. I'm looking for love. I can't find love. I've tried and tried and tried. No one's, you know, no one's there for me. You know, I'm all alone in this world. And I do get that. I get you. I've been there. You know, I am you. You know, I know that feeling. So my gift, what I have to say to you is, love you on this day. Forget about all the things that are around us. Love you on that day. Gift yourself a gift of love. Whether it's writing yourself a poem, or whether it's sitting down, writing out to yourself something positive, something beautiful about yourself. Gift yourself love, and I can guarantee it's going to make you feel 100% better. It's going to make you be able to cope with when you go back to your office the next day and everyone's talking about, oh my gosh, you know, da da da. It's going to allow you the opportunity to just shine and be able to get through those conversations and not have to feel like, you know, I'm poor me, like, you know, when is my day ever going to come? And to all of those people who look at Lifetime and the Hallmark Channel, and they say that, you know, these are fake romances and everybody falls in love, or, you know, more or less the Hallmark Channel. Lifetime, they always talk about that, you know, there's always, you know, men cheating on women. That's what all the men say. I've yet to understand why everybody hate shows like that, because I actually think there's good in all of those shows, because there are things that really happen in life. So you know, come what may, that's how I feel. But when, you know, when you're looking at a Lifetime show and you're seeing someone that is being romantic, and someone that is giving love to a person, and that they meet on that by chance opportunity and they fall in love, and those things can happen. Those things are real. God put us all on this earth, and he gave us a gift of love. He gave us a heart. The heart pumps our blood. It allows us to have life, and through that, it allows us to have emotions and feelings. So when I look at a Lifetime show and I see a love story, and when I look at a Hallmark show, and I actually have Hallmark literally on right behind me right now. I'm watching a show as we speak. I have the volume down, but you know, it's Valentine's season, so it's a show of love. And I look at it with the opportunity to dream, the opportunity of hope, and the opportunity of happiness, because I know that there is a love out there. There is the opportunity to have what I see in front of me. And for those people that think that it's just a fairy tale, it can seem like a fairy tale at times, because sometimes you do feel like you're so far from something of that nature that you think that it's all fake. And granted, these are actors and actresses that's putting on the show, but these things are derived from real life. Like, these things are things that can derive from real life events. Like, people can walk into a coffee shop and meet the man or the woman of their dreams, and they spend the rest of their lives with them. People can by chance be on a bus and, you know, headed on a train trying to make it to work one morning, and, you know, someone, you know, allows them to have their seat, and the next thing you know, there's a romance. Those things do happen. You hear about it every day. So don't say, that's why I always say never. I don't say that things will never happen to me. I always say that when they happen to me, they're going to be right on time, and I'm going to be appreciative, I'm going to be thankful. Some of us spend our whole lives, you know, with that feeling of emptiness inside for various reasons. You know, you can be in a relationship, you can be married, you can have a significant other in your life and still miss that something that gives you that that's something that makes you, glow inside. That's something that makes you have butterflies in your stomach. So, this time of year can be very, very hard for people. And when you hear people making comments about, TV shows and things being fake, and, it can be all just so overwhelming. So if I had to say anything to anyone today, be cautious of the people around you. Be cautious of what you say on this day, because you don't know what that other person's going through. And if you did have this extravagant, and I know I'm not saying don't share and don't be excited, because you should. Just remember that when you're sharing it, share it out of love and not out of, where I'm proving to you that I have this, not like I'm sharing with you my happiness. And I hope you follow what I'm saying with that. So I encourage everyone to give this day a great thought, and not make it so commercialized that you feel like you have to go out and spend thousands of dollars, because you can have a very romantic, quiet evening and not ever spend a dime. You can make dinner at home, and you can sit down in front of the fire, or sit down and have a comfortable evening and just talk to your partner, talk to your significant other, talk about the love that you share for each other. And that can be a romance all on its own. So there's so many ways of romancing and celebrating Valentine's Day. I just want everyone to be at a comfort level on this day and not feel like they're forced to do something because social media makes it so exploited. And I know YouTube is big on that. Everyone does the Valentine's Day makeup, and I'm wearing red lipstick today. So, someone could perceive that as being, I'm boosting, or, like I'm something that I'm not, or, I'm out here, if you're watching tomorrow and you're watching all what I got for Valentine's Day videos, and you're sitting there and you're feeling really sorry for yourself, don't. Because remember, this is YouTube, and YouTube is not all of, it's not all real. Like, everything that you see in front of you is not real. Some of the things that these people would say that they got for Valentine's Day were gifted to them from a company in order for them to promote that product. So it's not necessarily that they got it as a gift. And so if you're sitting there and you received nothing, or you had no one in your life, or you didn't, you feel like, everyone gets something except for me, it's probably, I'm not saying but just remember that YouTube is what it is. Like, it is people advertising for other companies. And so don't feel like you're the only, or you're left out, or I wish that was me, or whatever, because you could be that person. All you have to do is have a YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? So I hope I'm not offending anybody. I'm not anti-Valentine's Day. I love Valentine's Day. I think it's a beautiful way to show love. But I just don't like the fact that people make it such a big deal to where if you don't have love in your life, or if you don't get a great gift, if someone don't do something extravagant for you, then they look at you like, oh, poor you, or that everything has to be so commercialized. I believe that, you can have a great Valentine's Day just sharing the love with someone. When I think of Valentine's Day, I no longer, because I was that person. Like I said, I wanted roses, I wanted the whole 9 yards. And right now, if you ask me what would make me the happiest on Valentine's Day, is having love in my heart, having that feeling of butterflies running, from the, all through my body, and having that tingling feeling, and knowing that I have someone that has my back, and knowing that someone loves me without a doubt, and they're not just loving me because of what I can do for them, or, just knowing that they're true to me, that they're loyal and faithful to me. That's a gift to me, all within itself. A diamond ring could not even suffice that. Picking me up in a limousine when, hold nothing to that. Like, so, the commercialism of Valentine's Day to me is nothing, because I know what I want to hear. I want the stuff that's in my heart. I want the stuff that my heart craves for, I want love. And so, but I want it every day. I don't want it just for Valentine's Day. I want it every day, So I gotta have a sip of water because I'm getting a little thirsty here. I feel like I'm rambling. Oh, that was good. I feel like I'm rambling because it's such a hard topic to talk about, because I'm trying to be careful, because I don't want anyone to say, oh, I said this, or, I offended this person. I'm trying to be careful in what I say, but I am also trying to keep it real. Because, like I said, I've had people come to me with tears in their eyes on this day, and I've had people come to me with joy in their eyes on this day. So I've been on that track, all the different sides of the track, and I've also had people around me from all the different sides of the track. So I guess, you know, the main thing, if I had to say anything, you know, just celebrate this day however you feel necessary. However, just remember that everything that you see might not be exactly what you see. And also, on the flip side of that, that love can happen. Life can be a fairy tale. It can offer you, at the flip of a switch, the life that you have always dreamed of. And if you don't have that dream, you have nothing. And it's okay to look at a TV show and dream. Just don't look at the TV show and think that it, you know, like, and put yourself in that place of saying like it's never gonna happen, or make it be a depressed form of feeling for you. Look at it with, I'm seeing this on TV. I'm seeing love. I know that love is out there. Love is real. Love is something that God gifted the world because he loved us. So love is real. And because he gave us life out of love, then he can perform miracles. He can make, you know, that dream person come into your life. He can give you things, but it may not come in the form that you think it's going to come. Like I did a video not too long ago about, you know, not sitting back and waiting on God to just bring that man to your front door and he's going to ring the doorbell. So, you know, that I still speak highly of that. I know so many people, they sit and they just wait. But you got to go out and do something. You got to go out and physically reach for it. You got to go after it. You got to get to know people. You've got to date. So when you're looking at Hallmark Channel and you're seeing love happens, know that this isn't just a person sitting back. Like, yes, it can happen that you can be on the train and someone come up to you, but in general, you do have to go after love. You have to, you know, because if the person comes up to you on the train and you're sitting there being, you know, a little Miss Not on the log because you're pissed off at the world because, you know, you're like, life did me wrong and I'm waiting on my perfect man. I ain't got time to talk to the man on the subway. You might pass up the opportunity. So, you know, when you're watching shows and you see that these things are happening and it is God's way of telling you that he can perform those miracles. You just have to be ready for them and you have to recognize them when you see them coming. I know that was probably very confusing. My battery is about to die, so I am going to go ahead and prepare to end this video. I just really mainly just want to give a love to everyone on Valentine's Day. Wish you all a happy Valentine's Day. And you know what? Don't let it get you down. Don't overthink it. Don't, you know, if you're a man and you're out there trying to figure out, you know, if I don't give my wife the right thing, she's going to be pissed off at me because all the girls at work is going to get all these grand things, and then she's going to be like, you know, Susie and Des 4, you know, her husband did this for her and that for her, and what do I get, blah, blah, blah. A lot of stress. Take the stress out of it. Give from the heart. Be real. Know that this is a day, but the most important thing is how you live your entire life. This one day will pass over in 24 hours. It will be gone and it won't be back again for 1 year from that day, you know, 1 year from today. So do not stress out over it. Do not live your whole life based on this one day. And women, understand this. You know, everybody that's getting everything and all these other things, don't come home and be mad at your husband because he didn't give you or do exactly what you thought he should have done. What you need to worry about is make sure he's doing the things that make you happy throughout the year. Now, if you have a problem with that, then you discuss that with him. But this one day, it will pass. And it's only one day of your life. Your ever after, your day-to-day life. That's what you need to be concerned about. How is he treating you every other day of the year? How are you treating him every other day of the year? So I'm going to close on that note. I love each and every one of you. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you very much. If you're watching my channel for the very first time and you made it to the end, that means something sparked your interest. So stick around for a while. Hit that subscribe button, and right next to the subscribe button, you'll notice there is a little bell. It's called the notification bell. I ask that you tap that bell because it allows you the opportunity to know when I post videos, and I post videos very randomly. I am working on a schedule, but I also do them very randomly. So you do need to have that notification bell turned on so that you know each and every time I am in front of this camera. And again, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Thumbs up this video if you found anything helpful in this video. And as always, thank you again for watching, and I'll see you guys in my very next video. Bye.